All right. Good evening, everyone. We will be talking about the Getting Things Done chart. So to start out, we'll start with the section with stuff. Stuff can be anything that's incoming to the recipient. So whether that's emails or tasks, physical papers, things like that to get done. So we talked in class with Dr. White what the basket is. So the basket is you can be a physical basket you put all your documents or emails into, just something to store everything to pull out of as you go through and complete your tasks. What is it, and is it actionable? So this is the first question that you have to ask yourself. Can this task be taken care of? And if so, yes, then we go further. If no, let's go to the no section and see what happens. There's 3 subcategories. So the first thing is pretty self-explanatory, is trash. Let's say we'll use emails, for example, throughout this chart. Let's say I get an email and it's spam, or it's an email that's no longer applicable to me. It can directly go into the trash. It has I have no need for it, no personal information. You can also do documents like things that you can shred, things that do have personal information, shred it and trash it. Get rid of those things that are just piling up. Next subcategory is someday maybe. So let's say I get an email talking about graduation, and I need within the next few months to prepare and apply for certain things for graduation. Okay, well, I would put this email in the someday maybe. And it's a tickler file that it talks about in the book, and a tickler file you can use as it kind of as a countdown for you to make sure you get things done in the right time frame. And you can use these to organize. For example, I could print out that email, put it in a tickler file, and in the month of, let's say, February, I pull it out and get ready for graduation. Then the last subcategory is reference. For example, let's say I get an email from Dr. White telling me about a church internship that I can do. So I take this email, I put it in a special folder for reference, and when the time comes for me to do this internship, I pull it out to refer to any information, any documents he'll need from me, and so forth. So let's say that you get an email and it is actionable. Well, you have to subdivide it even further. So let's go to the subcategories of projects. So let's say, what's the next action? Well, if this is a project. So for example, Dr. Wright emails me and says, hey, Landon, I need you to do a ministry project. So this will involve step 1, contact certain people. Step 2, create a plan. Step 3, put that plan into action and go volunteer somewhere. Okay, well, that's going to take some time. So I need to first plan this project out by sorting through my emails, emailing other people, reaching out, getting this together. And then the project plans is when I act on this and I start completing these steps and tasks, however long that may take. So what else you can ask yourself? Is this an actionable task? If the answer is simply yes, which it means it can be done in less than 2 minutes, which you don't have to do 2 minutes. You can do 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, however you feel like you can handle that. So let's say we'll do 2 minutes. If I, per se, get an email from one of my professors and I can answer it in less than 2 minutes, get it done. Answer it right away so you don't have emails piling up. If you can't get it done in less than 2 minutes, then there's 2 things you can do. 1, delegate it, which means you give it to okay, let's say I get another email, and this email I have to get permission from financial aid to do something. Well, I delegate it to get information now from them, and then you wait. And so you store this email, you wait, set a reminder, and then if you don't get a response back, email that person again and be persistent so you can get your task done in a timely manner and respectable way. Or I can defer it, which means I put a task down that needs to be done on a certain day on my calendar, or I just say I needed to get this done as soon as I can. Let's say I need some homework that I need to get done, do it when I get home. So what did I take away from this personally? The tickler file, I talked to Dr. White about this, it interested me. With where I am now in my stage of life in college, I don't know if a tickler file would necessarily be the most beneficial thing for me right now. However, with me wanting to go into the ministry and someday possibly helping with a church or an organization of some sort, I would say a tickler file would be beneficial, especially for someone who's determined and willing to use that. So the tickler file is one of the things that kind of got my attention in this section. Let's see if there's anything else. I don't really use calendars too much, so the tickler file would be probably the biggest thing. That was my takeaway. If you have any questions, you can email me, and I hope you all have a good evening.